Well, hey gang, it's Mark Starling here from First News on 570 for the big Wednesday edition. That would be Hump Day, if you will. Lots coming up today on the show. Obviously, we are going to talk about the president's address last night and, of course, the Democratic response. If you're looking at social media this morning, the only thing that I think that most people took out of that whole thing last night was the fact that Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, while they were giving their speech, the looks and the expressions on their faces, I'm not so certain there wasn't a naked picture of Donald Trump taped on the wall in front of them, and that's what they were staring at. They both looked very frightened. I don't know about you, but they looked frightened to me. At any rate, we'll get into the substance of it. We'll listen to the sound bites on the show. And of course, we'll get reaction today from Professor Alan Sachs from the University of Texas at the Arlington campus for our political roundtable. That'll be coming up at 8:13 this morning, so you might want to, if you can be around for that, tune in and check that out and find out what Professor Sachs thinks. He'll have reaction on both the president's side and, of course, the Democratic response. Bill Zimfer with us this morning, right off the bat. Not necessarily a story that we would be covering from the foreign desk, but the new year begins with a new flu season. And what is the CDC saying about the impact of it? Today's also Wellness Wednesday, so this kind of fits in with that as well. As you know, we talked with Dr. Carly Brown last week about what to do about the flu on our first show back for the new year. Of course, that audio also available at wwnc.com, so you can find it there. And speaking of Dr. Carly Brown from Ashwell Medical Group, she joins us at 6:43 this morning for our Wellness Wednesday segment, New Year's Healthy Eating Resolutions. I did make a resolution. It wasn't necessarily in the traditional format, and most of the things that it involved was work-related stuff. So, but I'll share that with you later on. Ray Stajic with us, of course, with a live look at the weather. If you have stepped outside already, or if you are about to step outside, might I suggest a jacket? Temperatures not expected to get out of the 40s today. Wind really whipping around out there. Lots of branches down on the way in this morning as well. So just make sure you're careful on the way in. Michael Bauer with us as we are in day 19 of the government shutdown. And of course, Michael will have an in-depth look as well as what happened last night. And of course, now there is another meeting scheduled for today at the White House with congressional leaders and the president. As I mentioned, Professor Alan Sachs will be with us to have reaction to both sides of the argument over immigration. Todd Williams, our legal eagle, with us for this week's edition of the Legal Briefs. A judge is apologizing for taping a defendant's mouth shut, says he exhausted every other attempt to restore order and just couldn't, so he resulted in basically taping this guy's mouth shut. So he's apologized now, so we're going to talk to Todd Williams about that, find out if there's any sort of judicial blowback on that one, and of course all the other top stories of the day, just some of the things that we're going to be covering from the foreign desk this morning. That Russian lawyer in the Trump Tower meeting, she's now being charged in a different case. She's charged with obstruction of justice. I can't even pronounce her last name. It's got like 18 letters in it, and most of them are vowels, and I'm just not sure how that really happens, but it's Russia. What do we do there? Kim Jong-un is ending his visit to China. We'll get a little bit of an update on that. Super Bowl Sunday is on the way, right? Mexican avocado growers are warning that there could be a guacamole shortage for Super Bowl Sunday. I know, really hard-hitting stuff here this morning. And of course, we are going to be giving away Globetrotter tickets as well. We've got another family 4-pack of tickets to give away for that. I got my uniform yesterday, so I think it should be a great day on Sunday as I hit the hardwoods with the Globetrotters for a few minutes, much like I did last year. This year, I hope it won't be anywhere near as embarrassing as it was last year, although I'm not holding out any hope on that, really. I'm not very much of a sports ball person. So, at any rate, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. The show starts at 6 a.m., so if you tune in, you'll get everything you need to know, plus weather and traffic. John will have all the traffic information you need. And, of course, you can find all that information as well at wwnc.com. Well, with that being said, have a great day. We'll see you on the other side of First News on 570, and we'll see where we go from there. See you.